Hi there, I'm Dr. John. I'm 60 years old, and I've spent over 30 years working with older adults here in the U.S. Today, I want to share something with you that might seem small, but can quietly affect your blood vessels, your blood pressure, and even lead to a stroke. I'm talking about 7 common types of nuts. Nuts we often think are healthy, and they are, but if you eat them the wrong way, or at the wrong time, they can actually harm your blood, your circulation, and your sleep, especially at night. So let me ask you, are you eating any of these nuts before bed? Let's take a closer look together. 1. Chia seeds, when a superfood becomes a silent risk. Let me ask you to picture this. You're sitting in your kitchen. The soft golden light of the evening filters through the window. On the table, a warm glass of milk, and a spoonful of chia seeds you've just added to a glass of water. You might be thinking, chia seeds, a superfood. Great for the heart, digestion, even weight loss. I get it. I've told my patients that for years. But there's something most people won't tell you. Eating chia seeds at the wrong time, especially at night, can silently thicken your blood and raise your risk of stroke. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I've seen it too many times. Chia seeds absorb water like crazy, 10 to 12 times their size. That's why they puff up into that jelly texture when you soak them. But if you eat them dry, or only soak them for a few minutes, and especially if you do that right before bed, what happens? They start absorbing water inside your gut. Silently, quietly, and slowly, your blood thickens, and you don't even notice. One of my patients, Eleanor, 68, loved her healthy diet. She told me, "Doctor, I eat super clean. Lots of chia, flax, veggies." But she often ate late at night. One evening, she had a splitting headache. Her blood pressure shot up. Thankfully, her son was there and got her help in time. We tend to think that eating healthy is all about what we eat. But when we eat matters just as much. At night, your body wants to rest. It's your repair time. Your digestive system is slowing down too. So when you toss in something dry, packed with fiber, you're forcing your gut to work overtime. And the cost? Sometimes it's a silent stroke in your sleep. So if you love chia seeds, I'm not here to stop you. Just make sure you soak them well, at least 15 minutes. Let them soften, expand, become gentle on your body. And enjoy them in the morning, when your body is awake, ready to digest, and take in the benefits. Your body is a beautiful machine, but even the best machines need rest at the right time. So let me ask you, are you being gentle with yourself these days? 2. Flax seeds, good for the heart, but not so great for sleep. Let me tell you a little story. Not long ago, a man named Frank, 64 years old, widowed, living alone, came in for his regular checkup. He was committed to eating healthy. Every evening, he made his own smoothie and had this little habit of adding a couple spoonfuls of flax seeds before bed. Frank believed the omega-3s in flax seeds would help keep his heart strong. And truth is, he wasn't wrong. Flax seeds are packed with omega-3s, and they're rich in lignans, powerful antioxidants that are especially great for heart health and hormonal balance in men over 50. But what Frank didn't realize was, nighttime isn't the best time for flax seeds, especially if they're not ground well, or just tossed into a smoothie without soaking. Flax seeds can turn into trouble. Why? Because they're loaded with insoluble fiber, the kind that's hard to digest, especially when your body is winding down for sleep. So what happens? You feel bloated, uncomfortable. You toss and turn. Your sleep becomes shallow. And as your sleep suffers, cortisol, your stress hormone, quietly rises. And cortisol, it has this sneaky habit of pushing your blood pressure up in the middle of the night. I've seen it again and again. What seems like a healthy habit turns into a silent sleep saboteur. So what's the fix? If you love flax seeds, keep them, but grind them well. Don't eat them whole. Your body can't absorb much that way. And eat them in the morning or early afternoon, when your digestion is strong, when you need fuel to move, not rest. Because after 50, your body isn't running like it did at 30. It needs gentleness, precision, a bit more timing and care. Let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped to think that what you eat tonight could be what messes with your blood pressure tomorrow morning? 3. Cashews, small, but can clog you up. I get it, cashews are delicious. Crunchy, buttery, a little sweet. You tell yourself you'll have just a few, but somehow, your hand keeps going back for more. I understand. I've been there too. But today, I want you to really hear this. Cashews might look harmless, but they contain a compound called oxalate. Sounds strange, right? Oxalate is a natural substance found in many nuts. But if you eat too much, especially at night, it can quietly start causing problems inside your blood vessels. I had a patient, Mrs. Joanne, 70 years old. She loved snacking on salted roasted cashews every evening while watching the news. It helps me relax and keeps me from craving sweets, she told me. Then one day, she started feeling a tingling sensation in her toes. Her morning blood pressure was higher than usual. Tests showed signs of oxalate buildup around her tiny blood vessels. Here's what's going on. Oxalates interfere with your body's ability to absorb calcium, and if they aren't properly flushed out, especially at night, when your kidneys naturally slow down, they start to accumulate. They can cause inflammation and reduce blood flow in small vessels. This is especially risky for people over 60, because the kidneys just don't filter like they used to. And when blood flow gets sluggish, your heart has to work harder. Blood pressure climbs, vessels weaken, and stroke can creep in while you're sleeping. So my advice is simple. If you love cashews, go ahead and enjoy them, but no more than 5 to 7 per day. And please, not at night. Let your body rest. Let your heart breathe easy. Because sometimes, loving yourself means knowing when to put the cashews down. 4. Walnuts, great for the brain, bad for sleep if you eat them at the wrong time. Have you ever noticed? A walnut kind of looks like a tiny brain. That's not a coincidence. Nature loves to give us hints. Walnuts are packed with omega-3s, great for memory, brain cells, and heart health. That part's not up for debate. But just like a beautiful song can become noise if played at the wrong moment, walnuts can backfire if you eat them at the wrong time. Let me tell you about someone I once treated, Mr. Roger, 68 years old, living in Florida. He heard walnuts were good for the brain, so he started eating them every night before bed, 5 or 6 pieces, sometimes more. A few weeks later, he came back looking worn out. I can't sleep deeply, he said. I feel restless at night, and in the morning, my heart races. Right then, I knew what was going on. Walnuts are full of fat. Yes, healthy fat, but fat nonetheless. And when you eat them late in the evening, your digestive system has to work overtime, when the rest of your body is trying to wind down. This raises your cortisol, the stress hormone, just enough to mess with your sleep. You may toss and turn, or never reach deep sleep. And over time, that slight stress response can quietly disturb your blood pressure and even affect blood vessels in your brain. So you see, brain food isn't just about what you eat, but also when you eat it. Here's my heartfelt advice. 3 to 4 walnuts in the morning, paired with oatmeal or a green salad, will help your body absorb the nutrients without costing you a good night's sleep. Love your brain, not just with what you feed it, but with when you choose to feed it. 5. Sunflower seeds seem light and fun, but hide salt and bad oils. Maybe you're like me. Your childhood was filled with the sound of cracking sunflower seeds on the porch, just chilling and chatting. It's a simple little snack, crunchy, salty, hard to stop once you start. But now, as a doctor, I have to tell you something. Not because I want to ruin your snack, but because I care. Sunflower seeds, especially the salted, roasted kind, can quietly work against your heart and brain health, especially as you get older. You know why? First, sunflower seeds are high in omega-6 fats, and if those aren't balanced with enough omega-3s, they fuel inflammation inside the body. Now picture this. You eat a bunch of salted sunflower seeds in the evening, thinking it's harmless, but your body is supposed to be winding down, recovering, healing. Instead, that hidden inflammation starts creeping through your blood vessels, causing irritation, raising your blood pressure, and potentially increasing your risk of a brain bleed, especially if you're over 60. And let's not forget the salt. That salt holds onto water. Your heart has to pump harder all night just to keep up. I once had a patient, Mr. Larry, 72 years old. still active, played golf every week. Until one night, he was rushed to the hospital. His blood pressure had spiked out of nowhere while he slept. We dug into his routine, and guess what we found? Every night before bed, he snacked on a big bag of salted sunflower seeds while watching TV. That little habit was slowly pushing his body into danger. Now, I'm not saying you can never eat sunflower seeds again. I just want you to be aware of what you're choosing. If you love them, go for the raw, unsalted kind. Skip the oils. Skip the salt. And please, eat them during the day, not at night. Because sometimes, dropping one small habit can save your whole tomorrow. 6. Salted almonds, water retention, thicker blood. Have you ever sat on the couch with a bag of salted almonds in your hand, snacking away, and suddenly realizing you have no idea how many you've eaten? Trust me, I've seen it 100 times. And honestly, I've been there myself. Almonds are healthy. They're full of protein, good fats, great for your brain and heart. But the problem is that salty coating. Did you know? Just one handful of salted almonds can make your body hold on to hundreds of milliliters of water. Water that should have been flushed out. Now imagine eating those at night. Your kidneys are already slowing down for the evening. They can't fully handle the salt overload. Result? Your body retains water, blood volume increases, pressure on your arteries goes up. That peaceful night suddenly becomes a setup for high blood pressure, microvascular stress, and in some cases, stroke risk. I had a patient, Mr. Bill, 68 years old, didn't smoke, didn't drink, but his blood pressure was stubbornly high for no clear reason. After talking, he finally said, "Doc, I love salted almonds. Can't sleep without a few handfuls." We switched him to unsalted almonds in the morning instead of night. 2 months later, his blood pressure dropped significantly. No need to increase his meds. So no, I'm not telling you to give up almonds. I'm just asking you to tweak a few small things. Unsalted almonds. Eat them in the morning. Simple, right? It's not just a breakfast. It's a gift to your heart, so it can keep beating, calm and steady, every single day. 7. Brazil nuts, a tiny nut, a hidden risk at night. I want you to imagine this. Just 2 small nuts, tiny, barely the size of a fingernail. You pop them in your mouth, without thinking. Smooth, creamy, buttery. Brazil nuts really do taste like a gift from nature. But here's something most people don't know. Inside those 2 little nuts is nearly 180 micrograms of selenium. That's almost 4 times the recommended daily intake. Now, you might be thinking, wait, isn't selenium good for you? Yes, it is. Selenium supports your immune system, protects your thyroid, and helps fight oxidative stress. But here's the catch. For older adults, especially those already taking multivitamins daily, too much selenium becomes a double-edged sword. When selenium levels in your blood go too high, it causes your blood platelets to become stickier, making them more likely to clump together. And that's how it happens. On an ordinary night, with no warning, a small blood clot can silently form, travel through the bloodstream, and lodge itself in the brain, causing a stroke while you sleep. One of my patients, her name was Marlene, 72. She was healthy, active, took morning walks. But one day, she woke up and couldn't move half her body. We couldn't figure out the cause, until her granddaughter brought in a jar of Brazil nuts. Turns out, Marlene had been eating them every night as a bedtime treat. She thought, it's just a natural nut, what harm could it do? Nature is amazing when we respect the right dose. With Brazil nuts, just 1 nut a day is plenty, and it should be eaten during the day, not at night. Beyond that, you're not getting more nutrition. You're rolling the dice with your blood vessels. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you so you can understand. Because just like medicine, good nutrition needs the right timing and the right amount. A healing dose can restore you. Too much, and it becomes a silent threat. You see, even healthy things can turn harmful if we use them at the wrong time or in the wrong way. Just 1 handful of nuts. It could be a healing remedy or a ticking time bomb for your blood vessels. Please share this video with your loved ones, especially those who eat nuts every day without paying attention to when they eat them. And don't forget to hit subscribe. if you'd like more down-to-earth, practical health tips for life after 50. I'm Dr. John. See you in the next video.